SFDWBWP. Good morning, everyone. Hey, so this is going to be week 2. So thanks for everyone for the kind responses on week 1. It was so much fun to do. I had a good time. At the moment, feels like I'm being chauffeured by my wonderful girlfriend here. It's Monday morning. Monday's normally my day off. Still very seedy. I say like it feels like I'm being chauffeured because do you ever get to that point where it's been so long since someone else has like driven you around that you get in the vehicle and you're like, oh, I don't have to do anything now. Feels like, next stop or whatever. Feels like I'm paying like a taxi driver. So thank you, Jess. Jess has one of her final exams today. She's studying a music course as well, her degree, second year. So that's going really well, and she's has a history exam. Yeah. So what sort of history are we talking about here?
History of popular culture in music.
Oh, okay.
From early 1900s jazz all the way up to punk, metal, grunge, that sort of stuff.
Very, very cool. And as for me, Jess is doing me a favour because I'm catching the train into the city to see a friend that I haven't seen in a while. She just finished her music degree, which is great. We originally started studying together and then she went over to a few different universities. So yeah, heading out for breakfast now. I'll try and do some sneaky footage on the train if there's not too many people around. Otherwise, see you soon. Yeah, so what's been really good is lately I've just been doing, teaching a lot of the sort of pop songs that are on the radio, and what's great is when you've got sort of a few different artists like, who comes to mind, like Taylor Swift, for example, okay? Never been really into Taylor Swift, not my sort of thing, but she does write, a lot, or her team, or whoever does the writing, a lot of sort of 4-chord songs. And so what's great about that is a lot of songs, especially I've noticed from the newest album, is just, a lot of chords in the key signature of C or maybe G or D. And so a lot of those chords and a lot of those keys are great for guitarists because they're using, often, sort of the main sort of 7 to 8 chords that all guitarists learn at the beginning. So it's great. We can literally just go, if someone likes Taylor Swift, I can go, oh, okay, awesome. So then we've got like 5-6 songs that we can learn, like smack one after the other, which is great. So generally what we do is we do one sort of popular song that's on the radio at the moment, and then I try and find out what sort of music their parents listen to, because generally if they say, oh, my dad likes this band Cold Chisel or Metallica or Iron Maiden, then it's great because really, generally, the kids like that music already because they've been exposed to it so much already. And then when they're learning the songs, it makes it so much easier because they've heard it a million times at home at, events or barbecues or, camping trips or something like that. So it helps so much that they already know how the tunes go. So yeah, we do like a pop song. We'll do an old school song, or an older song, I should say. Not old school because it's very rarely is it like 60s and stuff, but sometimes 70s and 80s, and some 90s stuff is really cool as well. And once, I start teaching them those old classic songs and they get over the fact that they're learning older music, right? Then I can say, alright, well, if you like this song, I reckon you'll like this band. And then I put it on, and then they like it, and then it just goes on and on. So it's good that we teach them current songs that they can play, and they can show their friends, hey, I actually know how to play this song when it comes on the radio. And then classic songs, and then theory, and then a tiny bit of oral training, and a game at the end. And so I know that sounds like just, 4 different things, but in a half an hour lesson, and once you've got the kids from the classroom, so maybe a 25-minute lesson, it's a lot to cover, and it's great because as soon as, kids' attention spans can sometimes be, a little bit smaller than adults. So as soon as they sometimes can sort of, learn as much as they can with this one particular song, they just can't quite get the chord happening this week until they practice it at home, we go on to something else, So maybe in the pop song, we might do like full open stringed triads, and maybe in the old school rock song that we might do power chords, so it practices both of those things too. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about some of the main things that I do when I'm teaching primary school kids. Every kid is different, every person is different on how they want to learn and what music and how to approach different lessons, but that's just one of the ideas. But the main point of this very long early morning dashboard pad cam video is that I saw Interstellar on Monday, And I'm not sure if you guys have seen it yet. If you have, definitely let me know. But my review would be, can't actually think of a word. Incredible? Spectacular? Any of the words that have a similar meaning to that. It was just so good. It was fantastic. I won't spoil anything, and please take this with a grain of salt. Everyone's different, everyone likes different movies, but I loved every second of Christopher Nolan teaming up with Hans Zimmer again. You know, they worked together on Inception. You know, so the soundtrack was, it was just absolutely fantastic, and I picked up the soundtrack as soon as I was leaving the cinema. I was like, gotta buy this now, it's so good. So listening to it on the way home in the car, it was just absolutely fantastic. So, incredible movie. One of those films where I couldn't see again too soon, just because of the nature of the film, but in a couple of years I really already looking forward to checking it out again and dissecting it further, because some of the stuff that they've done, if you have seen the film or you're about to see the film, definitely tell me what you think, because I thought that at the very start there was a lot of filters on the camera, and maybe even different cameras used to give it more of an old school sort of grainy effect. That's what I sort of felt like. It felt as if it was filmed on video, but then later in the film it felt as if the complete opposite, and it was super clean and crisp digital. So I'd be very interested in hearing people's opinion on that. But that's it. I'm heading out for teaching now, and then heading out later tonight with the boys from high school for some Korean fried chicken, which is, it's so good. So good. So bad for you, but yet so tasty at the same time. But that's it for today. I'll see you Thursday. Hey everyone, it's bright and early Wednesday morning, and before I start teaching, I'm just going to do some editing from some of the videos that I shot on Monday. And yeah, just about to start editing. As you can see, unfortunately things are fairly hectic and messy in here. Often when I've had like a week of being sick, things just seem to go crazy, and often when I'm sick, this one is very friendly. Keeps me company, so that's nice. I'm just trying to edit, but she just wants me to play with her, I guess. Go back to sleep. Back to sleep, dog. I think that's going to happen. I think she's just in for a playful mood. But yeah, that's what I'm doing Wednesday morning, and then a bit of editing, and then heading out to teach again. Just another normal Wednesday. Hope you guys have had a good Wednesday too. Morning everyone, it's Thursday morning. Just getting in a bit of a guitar break today. Before the day sort of starts. Thursday is a big day. It's 16 lessons in whole teaching. There's a half an hour break, which is great, but I have to drive from one school to the next, so that's pretty much what that break is for. But regardless of that, because I love teaching, this is what I'm going to be using today. Man, I've forgotten it's such a heavy beast, but I'm just going to do some guitar prac. I've got to do it a little bit quietly. The house is sort of still waking up, but yeah, this is my customized ML1, 3 single coils, and these are actually, I'm not sure if you can tell, but these are the Brian May single coils that Brian May from Queen uses in his guitars, and they're actually a little bit fatter, wider than normal single coils, so they don't just fit in any guitar, so you had to route for them. And what do these magical switches do? Do you guys know what those switches do? If you do, leave a comment below. But this guitar is going to be really cool because there's going to be a lot of videos next year going through different tones and options and wiring options, and this guitar is certainly perfect for that. So this guitar originally started out this color, black. Nothing wrong with black, it's just a little bit boring, and so sanded it down, and got my friend to build a scratch plate, which was amazing. He did such a great job. Yeah, and so I'll just be practicing it now. Hope you guys have a good day. Hey everyone, so nice sunny day as you can see. Friday. Today's a cool day. Didn't have teaching in the morning. A lot of Fridays I've got teaching, sort of not a half day, a little bit more than a half day, but today I had the morning off, so it was great. So I did a lot of editing of all the videos that I shot on Monday, and sitting down to burgers with Jess.
Hello.
I'm having a burger, Jess is having a salad. Jess is having a salad over there. That's okay.
Burger salad.
Burger salad. Yeah, it's pretty much essentially what I've got in burger form, but in salad form. But this might be the world's first ever grilled unboxing of a burger. So how would you describe grilled?
Amazing.
Okay, I meant more of like a burger place. It's like it's a franchise, so they're everywhere. It's a big franchise. So it's several steps up from McDonald's, but not as good as like a one-off burger place that you always hear stories about. But let's check it out. Ooh. Ooh. Well, it's all falling apart now. I didn't even know what mine was called in the end. What was mine called in the end?
I think it was Moroccan lamb.
Oh, yeah. It's a Moroccan lamb. It's got char grilled capsicum, tzatziki, lamb, tomato, lettuce. It's pretty big on a big, nice panini roll. But that's it. This was really my morning. A lot of editing and nice lunch with Jess, having her salad burger, and then heading out to the ambulance, and that's it. Otherwise, enjoying the nice weather. Hope you guys are having a good day. See you tomorrow. Back to car cam, and this time it's not dashboard cam. That was just bad. I kept forgetting to bring in the car little brace that sits in here. So completely forgot. Normally there wouldn't be a double video per day. Completely forgot to mention that I saw. I've seen 2 films this week. So I mentioned Interstellar before. Absolutely phenomenal, fantastic. Definitely up there in my top 10. I'd say. Oh, pretty big call. But if you've seen it and you enjoyed it as much as I did, you probably understand. But other than Interstellar, I saw the Hunger Games, the newest one that just came out last night. So I saw it last night. So that was really cool. It really sucks. Jess is in the middle of my girlfriend's in the middle of exams at the moment, so she couldn't come out and see it with us, unfortunately. So I saw it with another group of people that we'd already organised to. Just needed a little bit more time to study. She's read all the books and she's like a super fan. I'm just, it's kind of fun. So I thought, you know what, it was good. I thought it's a part 1, so there's, the next part comes out, I'd imagine maybe this time next year. I can't imagine them doing a 6-month release thing. I reckon they'd wait another year. But it was good. I thought, no spoilers. I thought that this was like a little bit slower, but it makes sense. Sometimes they like to do that in part 1 and then build it up for part 2. It was a bit sad to see Philip Seymour Hoffman throughout the film. It's sad that he passed away and everything, and it's, I think this is his last film being released, unless there's one more. I know he's working on a few different things before he passed. But yeah, look, it was pretty good. Really enjoyed it. So you guys remember from last week when I got the new guitar, the PRS SE 7-string. Still absolutely loving it to bits. So what I'm sort of doing at the moment is just raising the action a little bit, making sure it settles and raising it a little bit more, putting it up to like a medium to high action. It's just so super low at the moment, which is cool for some people, but I like sort of a medium to high action just for feel and bending and stuff. That's just me personally, but it was definitely out of the box the nicest playing guitar I think I've played in a long time. Probably on par, big call, on par with a American-made Fender flame maple top, Fender FMT. If I can find a picture, I used to own one of them. Bring it up. That was, you can imagine what that was like out of the box. And this was, for a quite cheap overseas made instrument, the quality was just through the roof. So it really doesn't matter where you get guitars these days from. It just depends where you want to support, I guess. But yeah, absolutely loving it. So I'll change out all the parts. I've ordered all these different new pots and everything from All Parts, so they should make it over to me, and then I'll do the review stock standard, and then I'll change all my parts and chuck in the new pickups, the McBreelys handmade pickups, which I can't wait. But otherwise, that's it. I just thought I'd give you like a couple-second review on the Hunger Games movie. If you've seen the other ones and it comes out and there's not anything else out and you're like, oh, I might like it, chances are if you saw the other ones you probably will. I will say though, for me personally, and maybe just mute it until we get out of the car and then unmute it, one spoiler, I did think this was a bit slower than the other films. Is that a spoiler? Do you think that was a spoiler? I just think that this film was slower. It wasn't, if you've seen the other films, you know that it's not going to be like the first 2 Hunger Games films. It's going to be different. I won't spoil that if anyone hasn't seen them, but definitely a lot slower. Otherwise pretty good. I'll guess see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey everyone, sorry that this week has been a bit more driving than I'd like, but it's just been one of those weeks. It's just been crazy. I was up at 6 this morning doing some editing, and a good solid hour of guitar prac before the day started. Then went over and had a nice breakfast. For ages there hasn't been a nice sort of cafe for nice breakfasts in my area, but suddenly there is now, which is great. So I met up with an old friend, so that was really cool. Had a lovely breakfast this morning, and then straight after that then went to my mum's house, the next suburb over, where my family is fitting in like an above ground veggie patch. So sort of did that, and sadly it's gone up to 30 degrees, so it's really hot today. So I'm absolutely wiped. I did a few hours doing that, and now the problem is, unfortunately, is now I have to head to the ambulance. So I'm already knackered, so it's going to be interesting. I'm praying it's not too super busy at the ambulance, because I'll just be like this by the end of it. It'll just be it'll kill me, but that's okay. You know, just another one of those normal days. But yeah, otherwise it's been a lot of fun this week. Checking out the different movies, editing the last few videos for this Grade 1 series, which I'm so excited about. I'm still trying to work out the exact date when the last ones will come up to, and I had heaps of really good ideas for tips on soloing. And I thought, rather than create like another 10 videos or so, because there's just not going to be time to squeeze them all in before the end of the year, and they have to finish by this year, I'm just going to do one video, one long Texas style huge video with all of the solo tips in there. So I think it's going to be really, really helpful. So it doesn't matter what level you are at your soloing, if you're just starting out, if you've been soloing for years, there's certainly going to be tips for everyone, and it'll be annotated so that you can just skip to different points if you want to, because it will be a long video, but there'll be examples and there'll be times where you guys can play as well, which is great. But there'll be lots of different examples, and you can definitely hear everything that I'm talking about. It won't just be, you know, theory based. It's all just gonna hopefully make sense and click a lot of things together. And after you watch this one video, if you just sit down and make the time to watch it during the week, I really think that it'll open a lot of doors to a lot of your maybe playing passengers that you haven't sort of thought about before. So that's really, really cool. But yeah, so that was my sort of normal Saturday. Heading now, it's so hot. I got a quick shower at my mum's after helping with the gardening and the landscaping, but even still, it's too hot. All I want is a Slurpee. So hopefully I can sort of get out of work for 15 and have a break, have something to eat and go get a Slurpee. That would be rad. Let's hopefully cross our fingers and cross to that. See you soon. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone's Sunday going? I can ask you that because this video, as we know, will come out every week on Sunday. So what are you guys' plans? What are you guys up to today? So I'm pretty stuffed already. It's 8 o'clock. I've already been at my mum's house for a couple hours, helping out with some landscaping, helping out as much as I can, because my sister and her partner are over there doing landscaping for the whole day, and unfortunately I've got a shift, so I couldn't get out of it. So heading to work now, 9 to 5, and then hopefully, so I couldn't get out of it. Heading to work now, 9 to 5, and then very excitingly heading to a friend's film premiere. There's a friend of mine that has been studying composition for a while. We went to the same university. And he's been doing really well for a long time, and in this final year he got the opportunity to work with a different university of some film students. So they sort of shot and directed and edited a film, and he got to score or compose music for the entire film. So it's really cool. So I think they're short films, you know, they could maybe be like 10-15 minutes long, something like that. But either way, it's really, really cool. So they're having like a proper film premiere. It's over at like a small theatre, so that's really cool. If I get some photos, I'll definitely put them in there. So heading straight from work, and then I'll be like Barney, I'll be suiting up, getting my suit on, and then heading there for that theatre, and then coming home for dinner whenever it finishes. I don't know. More editing and trying to finish up. I've still got 4 videos to edit that I shot last Monday, and it's like a week, and I've only been able to get through. I've already edited 3, so there were 7 videos, but I've got I think about 3.5, 4 left. So I wanted to maybe do one more tonight. Monday I really like to film every week, or if things get too busy, every second Monday. Yeah, so hopefully I can get them all edited and start filming. I'm so excited, Ryan, so excited. I'm filming the last 2 videos of Grade 1. That's what I'm hopefully starting tomorrow. Now the exciting thing is these last 2 videos, there's one on improvising. I think I mentioned it this week. It's going to be really big. It's really, really long. There's going to be still working out how many parts, maybe between 7 and 10 parts, but all in one video. So the idea is that there'll be annotations and you can skip to whatever, you know, part of the video that you think is going to help you the most. But there's going to be so much information in that one video. Once you've sort of practiced something and put something into play, then you know, come back and watch the next bit, and so on and so on. It's something that hopefully will be a good guide for people over maybe the next sort of 6 months. So that should be cool. And then so that's one of the videos. So one video but 10 parts. So essentially it's like I'll be shooting 10 videos but then putting them together. So I don't like thinking of it that way, because when I think of it that way, I've got 20 videos to go, which means there's so much more and there's only like a month to go. So it scares me. So I'll just say there's 2 videos. So there's one on soloing and the other one is a big testing video. So it's going to go through absolutely everything. So Grade 1 playlist is over 10 hours long now. There's so much content, it's crazy. I'm so happy with how it's pretty much turned out now, just these last couple of videos. And so this video will be a giant test. So anything on, there'll be some sheet music and you have to play a chord progression. There'll be some music where you have to do a solo. I'll be asking for some arpeggios. I'll be asking for a certain technique at a certain speed. Lots and lots of stuff. Essentially, kind of like a test that you'd get if you were doing a course like this in Europe or in America or Australia. So it's super exciting, and again, there's probably going to be 7 to 10 parts for that. So it's like sort of 10 mini videos just in one. And then the idea is, yeah, whenever you've got time, everything will be annotated. You just do one test if that's all you've got time for, and then come back and do the next. And if you're unsure, you go back to the playlist and check out a few more videos, and then go on ahead and all that. There's not going to be much. I'm not going to, if I ask you to create a major scale, I'm not going to go into great detail and explain how to do that, because it's all in the Grade 1 playlist and it's sort of like a test. So that would be silly if I give you the answer and then I ask you the question, you know. But yeah, that's it. So that's my crazy day. Sadly, as you guys probably have clicked now, I did not get to have a Slurpee yesterday. Yesterday was so busy, I didn't get to have a break. I sort of ate at my desk, and you know, that's common everyday practices for a lot of people. So I'm lucky that normally I get a break, but yesterday was just a bit too busy. Sadly, no Slurpee, but hopefully today will be different. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. What are you guys up to today? And I'll see you all again. Bye.